Hey Legacy Builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. In this video, I'm going to be closing out or recapping what I did to close out my second budget by paycheck for the month of August. This is a look at my brain dump page within my annual budget workbook. I have a list of goals here. I was recording and now I'm starting a second time. So I did mention that I wrote initially save $400 in our cushion, but it's going to be $500 because every week I'm saving $100 and there are 5 Fridays in the month of August. I had listed my debts here. These are all the individual charges I put on my credit card back in December of 2023, and just a way to motivate myself. Every time I make a debt payment within my budget by paycheck period, I'm highlighting the charges that are covered just to stay motivated. I use this page to just write little notes and things I want to remember. And since I'm now contributing to Transfer Tuesdays, we had, let me see, this was already done. We had $20 already that I received from Ibotta. That was an extra principal only payment on the car loan. Then we had $88.50. It was a DMV refund. I put that. This week, I'm not sure if we're going to do anything above the $5 minimum extra principal payment each week. So we'll see what happens with that. Next up is my calendar. So my August calendar shows me that this is the 9th, the payday that we're working with. I have life insurance due next week. Life insurance is due next week. And then I have my Kohl's credit card that I have to pay. I was doing some back to school shopping. I want to pay it on the 14th. This is not the due date because the due date is not until sometime in September. I think September or maybe at the end of this month. But I want to pay it early. And I'll have to pull some money from our back to school fund and our clothing fund. So those two purpose funds are going to be used probably next week, just to make sure I have enough to pay the $94.50 that I owe the card. And that's the complete balance. That's how much I spent. I don't like putting money on the Kohl's card. So we're going to work on that. I don't think I need to go through my vision board again. But let's take a look at my top 3 goals. Create a cushion of $500 in TD Bank. That was my reminder to make sure that we're putting money in that cushion or putting money back in that bank every single Friday when we get paid. Complete back to school shopping by 8/10. I'm not done yet, and I don't think I'll meet this goal, but I'll try to see if I can do it before, let's say before the 30th of the month. Yeah, let's see if we can shoot for next week instead of the 10th, because maybe that wasn't realistic, but I'm not going to be able to finish it by then. Pay $1,000 to the Quicksilver credit card. I'm still working on that. And that's that. Monthly budget is not really necessary to fill in anything because we haven't completed some of those line items. A quick recap of paycheck number 1. A quick recap of paycheck number 1. We did give $172 that first week. We saved $155. We invested $50. Oh, cash expenses. Did I take out $125? I feel like I did. I might have taken it out. Let me check my expense tracker quick and see. $125. I did. I withdrew $125 on August 1st. Okay, so I did use that money. I don't remember exactly how I used it. I think I used most of it to like buy groceries and do other random things on the road. But I did pull out $125. And then we put $200 on the debt last week, which was so great. And we're saving up for something. So little by little, however much we can put aside, we're going to do that. So in the first week, 15% of our income went to giving, 13% went to savings, and 4.4% went to investing. Let's see how we did this week. All right, let's start with the income. So $1,100 is what we budgeted for. $1,037 is what came in. So we were a little short. $63 or so. See, 1,100 minus 1037. Yeah, $63 less than what we planned, but that's where it is. 10% of this income is still being given because God's grace is sufficient. Okay, so our tithe was 103 instead of 110. The auto savings is the same. It does not change. It was still $155. I put a smiley face here because the automatic savings means that this just stays in the account until the Friday when the money gets moved automatically. I did send $100 to our cushion in TD Bank still because this has to be consistent for this month. Okay, baby. Here it goes. And then for investments, this is the same each week. So $50 was already removed from the account. So that's that. I did take out $54 instead of $125 because we had a lower check. So 30 of this is going to my wallet. $15 going to towards laundry costs because I found a way to lower this expense. So I'm so grateful we don't have to pay as much for laundry. And this is inflated just a little bit. $9 went to savings challenges. So that's the $54 and how I'm breaking it down. And then for bills and expenses, $375 went to our holding place. We have a miscellaneous account. That's what it's called with Capital One 360. And by the way, Capital One 360 has really great rates on high yield savings accounts. So if you haven't tried it yet, there's a link in the pinned comment and in the description box where you can try it and you get like some kind of bonus. I think they give you $50 or something to that effect. So check it out and see if it's something that would benefit you. $100 did go towards our goal. Now, I was supposed to put 35, but when I looked at the numbers, instead of using all of the cash that I thought was necessary, I said, let's get this goal off the ground, because let me check my monthly budget really quick. I think I said $661 would go towards this savings goal, and we only put $43 in the first week. So in my mind, I'm thinking, let's just put a little extra. Now, I budgeted to pay $250 towards debt, but I paid $200. And when I do my expense tracking video, I'm going to share with you guys the balance transfer process, because I transferred a good portion of the debt on the Quicksilver credit card to a 0% APR for 18-month card. So I did a balance transfer. That might have been so convoluted the way I said that, but I did a balance transfer. So I paid $200 towards that because it's 0% interest. I can knock out the debt faster and not have so much interest accruing each week. So for bills and expenses in week 2, we paid $675 towards those. And this week, our giving was 9.9%, savings was 14.9%, and investing was 4.8%. Now we have $200 in our cushion now, and we have $21.27 in miscellaneous. That does not include the money that's sitting in there towards our rent for next month. This is just what's extra and above that, including interest. That's just sitting there just in case something comes up and we might need to take it out and use it for something. And so I just decided to track that to see how we're doing each week. And that is the recap of paycheck budget number 2. Of course, if I was doing this step by step with you, if I had the time and it was really quiet, I would share with you, what was in our account. This operating account is only in Capital One. I'm not tracking any of our other accounts, like our brick and mortar bank or other accounts where we have like don't see, don't touch money. This is just how we manage the family's budget. So $317.05 is where we ended, but I did see the $200 payment for the Visa card, that balance transfer come out. Making sure I'm writing this on the right line. So 89. I'm going to put Fidelity Visa. So I got the offer for a 0% APR for 18 billing cycles, which I believe is 18 months. I didn't read all of the fine print, but I have to believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, 18 billing cycles means 18 months, correct? So this was a payment and principal only payment at that, which I'm loving. I'm going to put 0% here, and that's $200 even, which means that $317.05 is now $117 I feel like, was that the only thing that was pending?
It's still attacking the world.
Oh, and I took off $54. So let me do that too. I'll just put it under today's date. We did a ATM drive-through, and that was a cash withdrawal. $54. So 117.05 minus 54 brings us to 63.05. Okay. So that's where we ended. Now we do have more automatic transfers from this checking account to savings accounts that I'm using. My purpose funds have to get funded. It's $5 every week for 4 of them: food, wellness, transportation, and clothing. So that money will come out and then it'll decrease this balance, but then we have, you know, money coming back in a few days, I'm hoping. So what I would like to do with my budget is to make it more automated. So that's why I started with $5 automatically going to, you know, these categories each week. Again, transportation, wellness, clothing, and food. And the reason why I want to automate the budget right now is because I feel like it would take a lot of stress off of trying to figure out how much money is left. Did we transfer this? I want to leave a lump sum in this account and then have a lump sum in the brick and mortar bank, because, you know, we have some things that are going on in the background that, again, I'm going to talk about in the coming several weeks, a month. So putting the cushion in the account is my top 3 goals. One of the first of all 3. And I want to make sure that we have money in there that can cover those automatic transfers. So when the portion of my husband's paychecks gets transferred to this other account, it takes care of the automatic transfers to our purpose funds. It takes care of putting aside money for the rent, and then of course making payments on the debt so we can get it down so quickly. So that's why I want to automate this. And I know it's going to take some time to get there because I still have to go in. I like being on top of the budget, so I'll still be doing a budget by paycheck. I'll still be setting goals. I'll still be filling out a calendar. I want to know when our bills due and whatnot. And, you know, creating the budget, it just helps me stay really on top of it, because anything can happen. Bank errors happen. Even when you automate transfers and automate things, sometimes checks are late. Sometimes banks are closed. Sometimes it's a holiday. Sometimes there's a technical issue. So I still like being on top of things. But one of the things I want to have completed by the end of this quarter, or should I say the end of this year, maybe that would be better. By the end of this year, going into 2025, I want to have the cushion set up in the accounts. I want the automatic transfers, the automatic payments to the credit card, because very soon I would like to see, when I say very soon, I'm still talking about the end of the year going into 2025. I want to see that all of the money we have saved in our purpose funds can be transferred to the operating account, and we can pay our credit card automatically each month. I was looking for a list of my purpose funds, but I don't think I filled it out for August yet. I did not. I didn't do it yet, but usually I would use this page to track the starting balance at the beginning of the month and how much we've added and what the ending balance is at the end of the month. I want to start tracking these more diligently because I want to see that we can just start going out and buying groceries. When we look at the account, we say, okay, we have $500 in our food fund. That means that's our budget. That's our limit. We can't go above that because we've already have this amount saved. And so when I swipe my credit card, and every time my husband goes and he swipes the credit card to buy groceries, we can track it, right? Because I track pretty diligently, meticulously, actually. I go in and I'll say, okay, how much did we charge and what's here? And this is how much. And when I add it up, I know, okay, just transfer that money from food to the operating account and make the payment, or set it up so it's automatic. I want to get to that place. And I'm sharing that with you because, you know, you guys are my accountability partners. And now that it's out there, I have to really work on it because I don't want to say something and then just not follow up. So we made a $200 payment towards debt in paycheck number 2. So that means $57.44 plus $32.71 plus $25.45 $359. $200. 114 is going to be too much. 1088. 599. 34. That's too much. 935. Nope. Okay, so 179.41 basically. These charges here, this one, this, right? This, and this. Let me check that again to make sure I did that right. $200 minus 57.44 minus 32.71 minus 25.45. 359, yeah, 1088, 599, 34, and 935. Okay, with $20.59 to spare, we did take care of these individual charges. Again, to me, seeing this, highlighting this, writing which paycheck took care of these, it just makes me feel like we're making progress. Actually, I can see that we are making progress. So, okay, so just to do a review of what we projected for paycheck budget number 3 of the month, $1,100 income. Our top priority is a blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you, give you shalom. That's not the full verse, but the blessing, but I wanted to remember that. 110 is the planned giving, 155 planned savings, $50 planned investing, $100 going to back to school, because by the time this paycheck comes out, I think I'll be a few days away from a Google AdSense pay, and so I'll just pay myself back when that comes in. 125 in cash expenses, and this is again is going to change. I believe what I'm going to do is still put like $45 or $50 to my wallet.
Could you tell him that if he could make these chocolate brownies?
For bills and expenses, a fourth of the rent will be put aside for $375. Our financial goal will get $10, and our debt payment will $175. I think the reason why, okay, because back to school, this is why this is less than $200. I would really want it to be $200, but I may reduce the cash I pull out just so we can hit that $200 goal. I think that's what I'll do. I'll probably end up doing that. I created this budget maybe mid-July. So $1,100 planned income minus $1,100 planned expenses gives us a zero base budget. Although I may reallocate some of this cash so I can hit $200 towards debt in the 3rd week. The faster we annihilate the debt, the better for me, because we have so much we need to do. And having a family means we don't get the opportunity to go as hard as we would like, because kids still need clothes, the kids still need to eat, and we still want to have, you know, time with them. And sometimes you have to spend a little money to have that quality time. So if we didn't have the children, and now I'm not saying that I don't want them, but if the situation was different, we could be able to put so much more towards this. We would really go down to like rice and beans, rice and gravy. You know what I'm saying? Like real hardcore, like let's just get this debt annihilated. But I think we're still attacking it. I think we're still going hard because it's consistent moves to make sure the debt is going down each and every week, and not going up and increasing every week, but going down. So I feel like that's still attacking it, even though we can't do as much as we could if we, you know, weren't in our financial situation. So your situation might be different, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that I didn't talk too much. I hope I made sense. And thank you for watching. Thank you for being here for as long as you were. And as always, you guys continue to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. And I will talk to you in the next one. Thank you so much for being here again. Bye for now.
Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just